Siddiqui, and I've been working in Cybernet for last 6 years, and currently I am the Assistant Manager Network Operations. Other than being part of Cybernet, I am working as the IPv6 Task Force Pakistan Core Committee member, and other than that I am representing SANOG, it's like South Asian Network Operators Group, as a program committee member. What would be the impact of IPv6 in telecom? And the thing is, people are not adopting IPv6 the way they should. It's like IPv6 task force was formed in late 2006, early 2007, and since then we haven't achieved anything the way we were hoping we will. But we worked really hard during the initial years. The people who started it worked really hard. I came a bit late in the task force, so the people who started it worked really hard, but it didn't work at all. Like at that time, like you can say in 2008, if I tell you that IPv4 will gonna go away in 2012, you'll say okay, fine, yeah, we still have 4 years. On 3rd February 2011, AANA, topmost organization who gives away the IPv4 addresses, announced it that we are out of IPv4 addresses. Later on, APNIC, the region where we fall in, the Asia Pacific region, they announced it that they have the last /8. It means now it is very difficult to get IPv4 from APNIC. This is something everybody should consider as very, very important. Telecom industry is not taking it seriously at all. We presented a presentation in NUST in December, and according to that, the statistics, only 6 out of 57 APNIC members are advertising their IPv6 addresses on the internet. So you can calculate the percentage. Everybody has IPv6 address because it's automatically assigned to all the members of APNIC. You can name all the companies. It's Mobilink, Ufone, Bharat Telecom, China Mobile, Song. Everybody has it, but they are not working on it. They're gonna use it, like let's say in next couple of years. So telecom industry, it's because it's like they don't have to work much on it. That's they consider, because if you take a look at the various forums, they say that we'll do it when we require. It will take time. It's in terms of telecom industry, nobody is doing anything on IPv6 platform. Actually, what happened when they realized that IPv4 will gonna deplete or exhaust in the higher level, they did some paperwork and got more IPv4 addresses. In our region, it is always good to have something in your pocket rather than do it on the supply chain basis. So every company has IPv4 addresses to use for like at least for 2 more years. So they are saying, okay, we have IPv4 addresses, we're not gonna use it, we'll try to conserve as much as we can, and then we'll see who adopts it first and what is the impact on their services. So everybody is watching everybody else. So this is the only hold up. They believe, like, of course it requires a little bit of investment. You have to upgrade few of your equipment, and you have to upgrade your resource, specifically your HR, because people are not much aware of how IPv6 gonna react on your current equipment. So of course it requires a little bit of investment as well, in terms of time, in terms of money. So companies are saying, okay, fine, we can do without IPv6 for quite some time, so let's just do it and see how it works. So this is the only hold up. When the broadband started, the market was very limited. Okay, still the market is quite limited. So most of the companies already have touched their peaks. So like now the people are playing on the value-added services. For example, in Karachi, you can get broadband anywhere in the Karachi, no matter where you live, whether it's wired, whether it is wireless. And if you go to the rural areas, not many companies are competing over there. So the market is there for them. And for the end user, it only makes a difference like how good the service is. So in terms of the penetration, if you're talking about The broadband penetration in the urban areas is already to its maximum, almost to the maximum. Every household has a PC almost in Karachi, and they have internet connectivity, whether it's from the local cable, whether it's from the WiMAX or the DSL by any means. So it's or at the end of the day, you can get an eVideo or Evo from different companies. So the urban areas are already populated with the broadband. It's the rural areas we have to focus, and it costs a lot of money and resource to go to those rural areas. The almost state governed company, that's PTCL, they are doing quite well, and other companies like those who have their long hauls, they are doing quite well in the rural areas as well. So this to cater the rural areas, this is the only way to expand the broadband family. That's it. This is what I believe. This debate is there for quite some time, like how it is beneficial for the consumer. Okay, I'll give my example, and I believe this is very generic. What services I use on my handheld device? It's a smartphone. I use Google services. It's Gmail, it's Gtalk, and other Google services. I use Google Search and or other services by the Google. Then I use Facebook. Then I use my company email, and then I use MSN Messenger, and few others like Skype and things like that. This is what I use. Google is available on IPv6. All the services, every services provided by Google is there on IPv6. You can use it without any problem. It's transparent. Google did it like 2 years ago. They turned all their services dual stack. Like if you can use it on IPv4, you can use it on IPv6. No question about that. It's fine. Then you use Facebook, right? Facebook is available on IPv6 as well. No problem. It's totally transparent. Okay, the URL is different. It's like ipv6.facebook.com, but the service is same. Then the two things, MSN and Skype, yes, they are not available on IPv6 as of today, but they are planning to do it on IPv6 day. It's like in June somewhere, if I'm not wrong. So the thing is, the services you use on a handheld device, if they are available on IPv6, I don't mind using IPv6, right? It's now up to the content providers like MSN, Microsoft, and the Skype. Skype is gonna go on V6 very soon, because Google Talk is on IPv6. You can make calls on IPv6 enabled phone via Gtalks. So it's like competition. When competition comes in, you have to do it. So Skype will gonna do it very soon. MSN, they will do it very soon as well. So it's like when every service is available on IPv6, you don't have to worry about if it is a V4 enabled handheld device or V6 enabled. And it's like it's not like that if your handheld device is IPv6 enabled, it will not gonna work on IP4. It will gonna work on IP4 as well, because I'm not sure how Android is doing on it, but the Apple iOS, they are working on it. It's already there. You can do dual stack. It's IPv4, IPv6 enabled both. You can use the services on IPv4 like the way you were using it before, and the service on IPv6. It will prefer, if the service is available on IPv6, it will use IPv6. If service is not available on IPv6, it will fall back to IPv4. So the things are working very well in terms of handheld devices. And because it's like the European Union and the American companies who are working on these, and they know the importance of IPv6, so they are working on it. So it's very soon, it will be like you will be carrying a mobile phone or the handheld device or the smartphone with IPv6 enabled iOS or the OS or whatever platform it uses. The basic agenda of IPv6 task force was, and still is to create awareness for the companies, for the telecom companies, for the service providers, telcos, and for enterprises. And then later on we said we should add academia as well, and last year we added NUST as our first academia partners. They have IPv6 lab. We have IPv6 connectivity with them from the IPv6 task force hub to the NUST in Islamabad. So we do seminars, we do workshops. Only a couple of companies have acquired IPv6 address space from various companies, various service providers, from Cybernet as well. But it's totally on the basis of testing. So we provide technical services to them. We provide technical assistance, to be very exact. We provide technical assistance to the faculties. We provide technical assistance to the students who are working on IPv6 projects as their final year projects or their thesis. And we do a lot of awareness on various platforms, online platforms. And this is it, because we are totally not for profit organization. We are volunteers. We spare time from our busy routines, so it's like nobody is supporting us, to be very exact and to be very blunt on that. We have no financial support. We do everything from our own pockets. So even the server and the router placed in Cybernet and other places around the Pakistan, it's mostly given by the members of the core committee. And ironically, few of the members are not even in Pakistan, but they are still supporting it. So this is what we do. This is the core agenda of IPv6 Task Force Pakistan. So we have collaboration with international organizations, with APNIC, with CENOG, with the IPv6 Task Force Japan, with the IPv6 initiative in Sri Lanka. So we do have support with them, from them. So we collaborate, we work. That's the way we do. Our industry is still growing. During the recession time, it has faced. I cannot say that the recession is over. The recession is still there to some extent for Pakistan, at least due to so many reasons, due to economic downfall and then the war against terror. But still we are growing. The huge potential. The thing is, we have to focus on certain things. We have to focus on the services we are providing. We have to focus on the quality of service we are providing, not just service we have to add value-added services. We have to understand what people want and what we can offer them. We have to understand that we have to adapt as well according to the changes in our environment. And the thing is, we have to adapt IPv6. Okay, because I support IPv6 Task Force. I am part of it. I support it, and it's my request to the industry. It is my request to the academia. It is my request to the enterprise that just give it a try. It won't take much. It's for an enterprise. In terms of cost, it's nothing. For a service provider, yes, in terms of cost, it is you have to pay a few bucks, not more than that. And you don't have to change anything in your core infrastructure. Just build a small infrastructure side by side. That's it, nothing else. Doing a dual stack is no big deal. Everybody say there's no big deal, then just do it. There's no harm in it. That's what I believe, and that's my point, and that's my core agenda. And we are hoping to organize a SANOG in Pakistan next year, so everything goes well in Pakistan. Inshallah, after a 3-year drought, we will be able to organize a huge event. It's a South Asian event in Karachi.